If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, well, today's episode is not for you, because we are making a corpse reviver, not one, not two, but blue. Now, a corpse reviver we've already discussed in previous episodes. It's part of a family from the original Savoy cocktail hotel lobby book from the American bar, one of Harry Caddick's classic drinks that he compiled into that book. It was part of the Corpse Reviver number 1 with Lead's Applejack Brandy, Corpse Reviver number 2, which was gin focused, and there were drinks so stiff that they could raise the dead. Now, this one came a lot later. After the post-prohibition and we moved into the golden age of cocktails and people embraced them, and over time cocktails descended into the 80s and 90s where it was just color and neon and flavors and there was no art. It was just a neon world of nightmarish colors and flavors. From that, bartenders kind of look at that era as a bit of a cultural cringe. And only now are we starting to move out of this kind of dark ages or no man's land of the 80s and 90s colored drinks and back into sophistication. And it was a guy by the name of Jacob Briers who reintroduced the Corpse Reviver with the Corpse Reviver number blue as a little bit of a joke. We're now at the stage where we can kind of laugh at ourselves and the way in which we make drinks and that period. And he made a classic cocktail that was known to be one of the most sophisticated drinks in the Savoy cocktail book and turned it into a kind of fun blue party drink. And today we're going to make that. All right, so as we know, the Corpse Reviver family is a family of drinks that were made with spirits so stiff that you could raise the dead. So we're going to use our classic Corpse Reviver backbone of Ester Dry, a 43% gin. Remember, we want something with a strong backbone, nice juniper notes, and heavy bold botanicals. Then we're going to have our French-style aromatized wine, or Maidenii Kina. We're going to have a spray of absinthe over the top, because regardless if it's blue, it still has to be true to form. Now, the last thing that we're going to include is Marionette Blue Curacao. Now, we've talked about these boys before. They take surplus fruit from fruit-growing regions around Australia, and they turn them into delicious, natural, easy Australian liqueurs using probably some premium produce and making sure that we've got good quality products to mix behind bars. They also include a really interesting flavor in this one. They say it is the extract of the 80s. Now that we know what we're doing with those spirits, we are going to grab our equipment. We're using a Boston glass. We're using a shaking tin. We're always measuring in a jigger, because if you don't measure in a jigger, you just got an unbalanced drink and no one likes you at a party. You've got a Hawthorn Strainer and you've got a fine tea strainer. But first, citrus. We're going to take, as always, 1 lemon. We're going to cut it in half and we're going to grab our juice press elbow and we're going to pour into this and hope that everything that I've ever said is correct. 30 mils of lemon juice from 1 juice. Yep, still not as fun as lime. They're tough. They are a tough citrus. They are, what's her name? The Stockard Channing? What was she? She was Rizzo. They're the Rizzo of citrus. We're going to pour it into that. Once you get 30 mils, we're going to pour it into our mixing glass. We're going to discard our citrus, bring our glass up here, take our gin. We're going to put 30 mils because this is an equal parts cocktail. We're going to then take the aromatized wine, the Maidenii Blanco Kina, which you can do Cocky Americano or you can do Lillet. They would be my picks for this. They offer a bit more kind of fragrance and balance and a bit more oil. And last but not least, my favorite, Marionette Blue Curacao. We're going to do 30 mils. It is so blue, or as the French say, très bleu. Now, once we've got that, wild, we're going to grab ice and our glasses. Now, we're using a large coupe for this one because there is a lot of liquid. We're gonna pour our ice in. We're gonna seal our tin up, and we're gonna shake for 20 to 30 seconds. The blue really gets everywhere, so please don't ever wear white when you make this. Strain out, make sure that you have all the ingredients. I love blue drinks. I kind of like it. I feel naughty as a bartender. And then we're going to strain it into our coupe. Look at that, it's like a little pool. Once we've got it in there with a wash line, we're gonna put our shaker and mixing tin to the side. And then we're going to spray the ever important absinthe over the top. Now, we're using a fragrant, what's it called? Not myrtle, but aniseed over the top. Again, if you like that smell of absinthe and you like those really heavy aniseed notes, feel free to go wild. We've already got a blue drink. No one's holding you to anything. And that is it. A Corpse Reviver number blue. Wow. I feel like Corey Haim. Was Corey Haim from the 80s? Yeah.